Hello? The check is in the mail.
Well, that was fast delivery. Dan sent this out yesterday. Today's what, Tuesday? Sent it out Monday. I just can't believe it. Upstate New York. All the way from Pussy Willow, New York, and down here in Connecticut. So, and I notice he's got some Uncle Dorkle stamps here. It was nice of him to use the Uncle Dorkle stamps. A lot of people are using these days. They're what they call forever postage, so once you buy them, they can be used at any thing. And I like the way Dan marked this. It really tells it like it is, you know. It's great, you know. He does a lot of things like I do. Fragile. That don't usually mean anything with the postal service, but let's get open. Let's open this. We're going to go into the shed to do it. So if you hear any background noise and stuff, it's the air conditioner. There's not much I can do about it. It's a miserable, miserable summer. It's terrible. I can't do anything. I got a lot of work to do, and I just can't do it. I got to make some more shelves and stuff, and I can't do it. I got to cut the wood out here and, you know, get my truck and pick up some 2x3s. So let's get started on this. I know you're anxious to see this. Okay, I hope you can hear me over the air conditioner. I'm about 3 feet away from it. There's not much I can do. With the miserable hot weather, I gotta have it on. Now hopefully I'm in camera view. Try not to move this box too much. We're gonna open this now, and I'll try to save the Dorkle stamps. What we'll do is we'll leave them right on the paper here. We'll cut them off carefully later. Some of the adhesive from these Dorkle stamps are not very good. See, the company that makes the Uncle Dorkle stamps, they cut a lot of corners, and they don't put much adhesive on their stamps like the ones from the post office. So, well, you can't have everything, you know. All right, let's get started on this now. We don't even need the knife. I think we can tear this. You know, Dan, Coolbluelights, 180 Park Drive, apartment 69, Pussy Willow, New York. I never heard of Pussy Willow, New York. Everybody knows my address, 69 Potter Road, Alflocket City, in Pissantville, Connecticut. There's the zip right there. All right, enough of this. Let's get started on this now. All right. Holy mackerel. You know what he's done? He's included some more Uncle Dorkle stamps here. Holy mackerel. Hang on a minute. We gotta get a closer look at this. Wow. Uncle Dorkle 2016. You know, he could be running for president, you know. Holy mackerel, Dan. Wait a minute here. George Kingfish Stevens. Holy mackerel there, Andy. George Kingfish Stevens. So this is where Dan was storing his power supply all the while over at Kingfish's place in Harlem, New York. Oh boy, of all places, Harlem. Holy mackerel. Well, we gotta open this. Geez, Dan, you know, I appreciate this. So let's open this up. Let's stop staring at this here. Let's open this up. Open this thing up here. I cut the stamps off of this. I like these stamps, especially the big Uncle Dorkle 2016. Man, Dan, you outdid yourself this time. I appreciate these stamps. I can't find them around here. I can only find the low quality ones. You got some high quality stuff here. All right, let's get this open here. I know you're all anxious out there to see it. I tried to save the box, but save the stamps, and I didn't do very well with the box because sometimes I use these boxes to ship things in, but that's all right. Let's see what we've got here. Got a little note from Dan here. Dan, I'm really not sure what you said here, but thank you very much for sending this to me. Oh, the pink sheet. This must be what he's talking about. Some kind of a pink sheet. I'll have to check that out after. I'm not sure what that is. All right. Now, I don't want these peanuts all over the shed, so I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to try to get this thing out, and before we unwrap the inner wrapping, which is wrapped in black bubble wrap here, stop the video. I want to try to get this popcorn into something. I don't really have much out here to put things in, so I'm going to be right back with you. Hang on a minute. Don't go away. Packed very well. Now, am I in camera? Yeah. Don't want to have it fall over here. We better put it down here. Get my little tiny pocket knife out here again. I like to try to save the bubble wrappers. Packaging. Maybe I won't be able to. May end up butchering things, opening them up like a bull in a china shop. Hope I'm still in camera. I guess I am. Not easy looking at that and trying to watch what I'm doing here too. All right, now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Okay. Packed very well, Dan. I appreciate that. And my fingernails I have to keep short or they're very brittle and tear. So, not much good in that department either. Yeah, that's a nice one. Let me see if I can... Yeah, you can see that. Oh, yeah. I like this little power supply. Kind of wish I kept it in the first place. Another thing I had was a, I think it was a HEATH frequency counter about this size. It had one bad digit in it. I think it was on the first digit. But it went up to 512 megacycles, went down into the low audio range. So. But this is the type of equipment, this is the size equipment that I'm looking for to go on the shelf. You know, where the vacuum tube stuff is usually way too big and I have to limit myself to size. But anyways, let's get this tape off of here and I'll clear a place on the shelf and we'll try it out here. Okay, I got it on the shelf under the air conditioner. I'm only about 2.5 feet away from the air conditioner, so you're going to probably hear a lot of noise. We're going to plug it in temporarily. There's an outlet right to the right side of this where my equipment's going to be plugged in to an outlet strip. But right now we'll plug it down below here so it's out of the camera view. Okay, and we'll get my glasses on here. All right, now, been a long time since I used this. Now, to tell you the honest truth, I don't know if this is regulated. Okay, she's on. It looks like, if I read it correctly, 90 watts off the line. That's pretty heavy. So it's probably a linear power supply. Now, I got to get my reading glasses here. Volts. One to B volts. That's something. It's I think it's 20 volts. It's a 20 volt power supply. 5 volts and 1.5 volts right here on these two terminals, and output here 0 to 20 volts. Oh, it's a half an amp. 0 to 20 volts, a half an amp over here. You know, I got to study this thing. It's been so long since I used it. All right, so that's a maximum. Well, she's not all the way 20 volts. We should put a meter on this, but that'll be a future video. Right now, I just want to get the unboxing here. All right, let's see what A reads. A's about the same. Okay, so this is the A supply. This is the B supply. The B supply has what they call A tracking. A tracking and B tracking. This is the tracking here. To study this, isn't this something? Get a brain fart? You forget how to use things? This is your ground terminal right here. All right. In a future video, we're going to make a, we're going to test it out, run it to its paces. We're not going to do that today. This is just the unboxing. And today I need to take some measurements also for this area here. All this stuff is stacked up into here, because I want to put some shelves in here to the ceiling. I want to make shelves, one just above that air conditioner, one a little higher than that computer, and then one more here. I've got 2 pieces of plywood. I don't have 3. I got to get 2x3s. It's got to be a hell of a lot cooler before I'll do this. And what I want to do, instead of having the stuff stacked up on here, which if I need the heater, a couple of people have asked me how I'm going to heat this place. I thought I showed that in my first video. Mr. Heater right down here runs on 1 tank of propane. Throws off a lot of heat, and that's how I plan on heating the place. But if it's brutally cold, it's not insulated, so it's probably still going to be cold in here. But anyways, I'm planning on having some 2x3s come the ceiling right down against the wall, and 3 shelves here so I can slide things on instead of packing things on top of each other. This area here is for storage. It's going to have to be. So when some of you fellas offer me equipment, I appreciate it. But you got to remember, see how crowded I am right now? I can only take stuff about this size. That's why I say a function generator of this size, a bench type, not a handheld. you know, and maybe in the future VTVM. Also, some of you guys have asked me about vacuum tube stuff. It isn't that I don't like doing vacuum. I love doing vacuum tube stuff. But in order to get back into that, I'm going to have to spend big dollars on a mutual conductance tube tester. I kicked myself in the ass over and over for giving away that Hickok 6000A to Bill Morris. He's the one that was storing the stuff. I gave it to him. Like a stupid idiot, I should have kept it. But the storage problem here, just like with this scope here, is I just didn't have the room. Now if I had it, it would take up half the bench. So vacuum tube stuff is very big. So if I do vacuum tubes again, I'm going to need a VTVM. At this time, I don't need it. I'm going to need an isolation transformer. I'm going to need a variac. I'm going to need all that stuff, whereas on your solid state, most of the time you can get away without a isolation transformer and a variac. But anyways, so that's what I have to do if it ever cools down. I gotta get this stuff organized. So I want to put a 2x3 from the floor all the way up here, and I want 3 or maybe 4 shelves on it, 3/4 inch plywood to lay down on the 2x3s that I'm going to be putting in here as a framework, so I can put all this stuff in. If I need something down here, this whole pile's going to fall over. I have no choice, so that's the way it's going to have to be, and that's going to be the next project before any electronic stuff gets done here. So anyways, Dan, I want to thank you very much for sending me this power supply. I really like this power supply. It's really good. I have to play around with it and check it out, make sure no ripple is developed in it, put my scope on it, and so forth. Voltage is holding up good since the power company came and straightened things out. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you again, Dan. I sure do appreciate it. The money's in the mail. Take care, everybody.